Hi friends, today I'm going to do Single People Part 4, and I'm going to talk about when you're ready to start dating. So what kind of things to look for, and really there's a whole lot of things that you can look for, but I'm going to focus on one area today, and that would be when you start looking to date, you want to date someone who shares your own faith. And in the beginning it might not seem like a big deal. There's butterflies, you find each other attractive, and you want to get to know that person more. But in the long run, when things do start getting serious, there's going to be this tug back and forth with the believer and the unbeliever. And my advice would be, if you're a believer, don't date an unbeliever. If you're a non-believer, don't date a believer, because each one is going to try to pull the other one to where that person doesn't want to go. The believer is going to want to pull the unbeliever to church, and the unbeliever is not going to want to go to church. And the unbeliever is going to want to eventually pull that person over to the other side as well. And there's always going to be this tug. I remember what a good friend of mine told me once. He asked me these two questions. He said, Mike, ask yourself these two questions when you start dating someone. And of course, there's more to it, but ask yourself these two questions. He said, one, can you imagine yourself waking up every morning next to that person for the rest of your life? When they wake up, they don't look the same. Over the years, the body changes, things like that. Can you still see yourself waking up next to that person every day, every morning? If the answer is yes, then you go to question number two. Question number two is, if you were to have children and all of a sudden you were to die, are you 100% that that person is going to raise your children the way that you would raise your children? Fearing God, going to church with the same values, and the same way that you would raise your children. Are you sure that that person, that spouse, would raise your children the way that you would raise them if you were all of a sudden gone? And that got me thinking. And that's where I would say you want to date someone that shares your same faith.